Duterte also promised to make government processes more efficient to attract investors. Bim Santos looks at how doing business in the country has been in the past year.
In last year's SONA, President Duterte promised to cut red tape and make transactions with the government faster and simpler. The chief executive then called on all government agencies to implement the Ease of Doing Business Act, which he believes is crucial in his fight against red tape.
I particularly call the attention of the agencies with the number of red tape-related reports from the public. Make your services truly customer-friendly. Our people deserve efficient, effective, and responsive government services. They deserve nothing less.
2 months before he addressed the nation, the chief executive signed the Ease of Doing Business law. But it's only last week when he finally affixed his signature on the laws implementing rules and regulations, or IRR, because it needed the signature of the anti-red tape chief. It's only earlier this month when he appointed Jeremiah Belgica to the position. During his State of the Nation address last year, President Duterte made himself clear on his policy against corruption. The measure seeks to do away with bureaucratic red tape in government by prescribing the 3-7-20 rule, wherein simple transactions would have to be completed in 3 days. Complex transactions or requests that need evaluation must be done in 7 days, while highly technical ones need to be processed in 20 days. Although Mon Casiple, Executive Director of the Institute for Political and Electoral Reform, doubts the government will be able to totally eradicate corruption, he believes that the Ease of Doing Business Act can help fight it.
And I doubt kung mawala yan kahit sinong presidente, until yung sistema mismo baguhin. Pero yung nagbago dito, una, yung delivery of services, mas litaw ngayon.
Okay.
At may bureaucratic reforms na nangyari. Halimbawa, yung mga tila, yung mga usapin ng licenses. Mas madali ngayon kumuha ng business permit. Ano? Pero kung yung corruption per se, hindi nawala.
In 2018, the Philippines ranked 124th among 190 economies when it came to the ease of doing business, according to the World Bank's annual ratings. This is 11 spots lower compared to the prior year. Duterte's government also worked to provide better employment conditions for the working class. He has signed into law the Expanded Maternity Leave Act, the Work From Home Law, and the First-Time Job Seekers Act. While the Shortened or Compressed Workweek Bill, the 100% Service Charge Bill, and the End of Endo Bill are still on his table. The Security of Tenure and End of Endo Act will lapse into law on July 22. Businessmen are now urging President Duterte to veto the bill, which they say goes against the constitutional rights of businesses to engage in contractual labor. Likewise, workers and labor groups are not in favor of the measure because they say it fails to solve key issues associated with the Endo scheme. The influx of Chinese workers entering the country was also raised in the past year. This prompted the Senate panel on labor to call for stricter regulations and the issuance of special work permits to foreigners. But the Labor Department says the number of Chinese workers in the country is nothing to worry about. But Senator Joel Villanueva is concerned over the number of permits given to Chinese nationals, which he thinks should be granted to Filipinos capable of doing the job. Meanwhile, data from the Philippine Statistics Authority show that the jobless rate dropped to 5.1% from last year's 5.5%. Despite this, Socio-Economic Planning Chief Ernesto Pernia said that the government still needs to work harder to provide more jobs to meet the country's development plan targets by 2022. Bim Santos, We Are One News.